Hey, AK Powers, we're live. Sorry, I was clapping there for like a minute. That's how long it took for the live to roll in. Welcome to it. Welcome to Jacktober. Right here. We already started this year's Jacktober sketchbook. So what I'm going to do here, just to start laying out, this is how we do sketchbooks. This is how AKA Pad 6-9, AKA Pad does sketchbooks. We pretend that this is a printed book, and we're just filling in the pages. So as a designer, let's have a cool cover. Every single Jacktober sketchbook will have a die cut cover. So here I'm going to cut out Captain America. He's going to be die cut right here. Sorry, no action. But I wanted to do a little bit something like the Daredevil Year One, Man Without Fear miniseries with Frank Miller and John Romita Sr. I wanted to do a little bit of a design where, we have Jacktober 2023, big blocky letters. So we'll do that. So we got Captain America, good to go. We got Silver Surfer, good to go. Now we're in the intro pages, or what I call the insert pages. We have our title page already, Ben Grimm. And then every single year I do Jack Kirby kind of talking to me, and I draw him in different ways. This year, I wanted him ready to fight. So, ready to get back to it, kid. And then we have the title page by Peter A. DeLuca. Well, I'll do some whiteout, maybe erase some to get some of the lettering a little bit more. Now, when you're drawing Kirby Crackle, it takes forever. It's not a time saver. We have another Jack Kirby insert page. He'll be saying something cool here. Then we're going to have 2 pages of contents. And then we go into the prompt. And this year's first prompt is Silver Surfer. So we're going to try and do Silver Surfer, the Avengers, High Evolutionary, and I believe Solar Force. I'm not familiar with prompt 4. I'm going to have to look that one up. Guys, when you try and learn everything, sometimes you learn nothing, right? So we have the King right here, guys. This is for Jack. This is for Jack Kirby. Now, here's the dichotomy of all of that. I'm as much into Jack Kirby as I am into Stan Lee. I do believe that Jack Kirby, he's not a good comic book writer, guys. Why do we pretend like he is? He's not. Rainy Bowen over here, though. Absolute masterpiece. My buddy John got me this for Christmas. I love you, John. Thank you so much. Previously on Jacktober, right, we can let's have a look at some of these other sketchbooks that we did. I'm at my sketchbook shelf right now. Jacktober 2021. Let's see here. We are looking. We got some March of Robots. We have some Inktobies. We got a Hogwarts one that we have yet to do. We got this year's. Sorry, people. I got so many sketchbooks. I try and keep track of them all. Jacktober 2020 and Jacktober 2022, which is going to be the tough one to top. Let me tell you. So, why is Jacktober important? Let's just go with 2020 over here. Now, I did 2020 and 2022 back to back, by the way. But I like the idea of introducing a one entire sketchbook. Now, look, a couple years ago, day 2 was Surfer. So Coley's not doing too good in variety. But it's like we draw somewhat in a Kirby style, and we find ways to add to it. So this year is going to be hard, dark lead pencils with with the watercolors with some assistance from whiteout. Okay, this year it was very little ink. The inks that I used were mostly for correction purposes. So that's 2020. 2021. Now we went from brown paper, we get into the gray paper. Mostly, these are like all headshots with some nice biographical info. Commandy, Fantastic Four. I mean, you do run out of. You get a couple years into Jacktober, you're going to be repeating yourself relatively fast. So this was ink with whiteout. The next year, it was pencil with watercolor, and this was the beginning of the die cuts. We have Iron Man folds up into Jack Kirby. Jacktober looks still incomplete. Peter A. DeLuca. So this was only like 30-something pages. I had to jump right into it. So, you do your best. I didn't tag any of the prompts, or I still hate this story, by the way. But after Thor, we kind of get into a good rhythm here. We have Infinity Man, Doctor Doom. I was really able to explore watercolors and just develop more of a relationship with watercolors. Namor, Machine Man. This is one of my favorites. I love the contrast of purple and orange. Thing as a pirate, way over rendered. The original Bullseye, right? The original Bullseye, kind of bad horse. I still don't know why Shazam ended up on the list. I kept wanting to look at it. We have Kirby Monster 2001. So we go hardcore, Dark Side with the Omega, and then we have the end. And then here we have like an end page / contents. So that's last year. So this year, the idea is to fill up the entire sketchbook. So I don't know. I'm going to let some time burn. I'm also working on Inktober. For Inktober, we're doing, if you haven't seen within my feed, we're doing Mortal Kombat this year for Inktober. Had a really good run. I was working on Mortal Kombat all last night while watching the Mortal Kombat 1 cutscene movie. That's like 4 hours long. One of my favorites here, Nightwolf. Nightwolf is such an awesome character. So we draw, people. We draw and we effing love it. We do. That's what we do on this channel. Oh, please excuse the state of affairs when it comes to my drawing area. It is butchered right now. So the cool thing, this paper, this whole sketchbook too, it's from Five Below. I bought 2 Five Below sketchbooks the other day because I needed something quick and I had to kind of start right away. Because we always wait last minute here on this channel. We don't do a lot of planning because we're idiots. But not really. Things just have been busy for me. So that's kind of where the lack of planning comes from. And but along the way though, I just got, people, if you don't have a lot of money, actually, if you don't have any money at all, depending on the city you live in, you can just go into a Five Below and walk out with whatever the heck you want. But maybe, maybe you can kind of grab yourself some very inexpensive art materials at Five Below that hold up. And you have a expert here vouching for Five Below. So I'm kind of not crazy over some of this already. I think it's too confusing. It's not impactful enough. But we're kind of working with some of these watercolors. I do want to jump on to Silver Surfer. but I kind of feel like we should do like another. If we go here, we got the contents. And get yourself some Red Bull. I need some Red Bull. I don't know where my coffee is. It's just ended up on my drawing table. I have my trusty cell phone next to me. And speaking of art tools, I don't have any erasers here. Got no erasers. Jeez, I'm already dirtying these pages. So these pages from Five Below, these are very light, but they're marked as, let's just see what they're marked as. They're marked as pen, pencil, ink, charcoal. I love it. This is super thin paper. 9 by 12, but super thin. So we're just going to do another insert page here of Captain America. And I guess a little bit of the story leading into some of this is going to be Captain America and Silver Surfer. So maybe we'll do like, you know what we'll do? We'll do like Captain America jumping. We'll do something people really haven't seen. We'll just do Captain America right here. And excuse me, I'm just trying to figure out the pose right here real quick. And we'll do like Silver Surfer like right here. Something uncommon. And we like to do what's uncommon. So I never really studied Kirby's like poses and kind of like his way of moving the figures. I never really kind of sat down and tried to emulate it. I always just did it from memory. So I kind of do Kirby lines. Like the way how they kind of are bulky, the way how they intersect. But I kind of do like the Peter A. DeLuca spin on them all. I would draw like a entire Captain America adventure with the shield just on his back because I think it looks so freaking cool. The shield on Cap's back is just one. I don't know why it looks so freaking awesome. So a lot of times for my eye line, you'll see I kind of cut it almost like a visor, a little bit like a visor, almost like the mouth of Optimus Prime. And the reason is for that because I just kind of preset in, because when your brow line, it's almost like a browser, right? But when your brow line's like this, right, you're going to come in like that, all right, and then we're going to have the eyebrow, right? But the brow line goes throughout the entire head, right? Okay. You know, got the nose here, but if we're cutting it and we're kind of looking down on the figure from this angle, all right, if the brow line is shooting up, we get a little bit of a cheat on, you know, how to draw that eyeball to make it look like that we're looking down on it. So like that's why I do that for anyone paying attention. But yeah, we're going to do Captain America and the Silver Surfer. Now, some of this run might be me kind of going back and forth with Might be going back and forth a little bit with the pages. And I try and keep every Jacktober all pencil to kind of really honor the spirit of the Jack Kirby penciled artwork that we're all mesmerized by. And to kind of define that he was a lead guy, you know, like lead first. Let's do the lead. So we're going to add like a couple buckles here, but we're going to kind of, again, draw them in perspective. We're shading the straps so that they look like that they're hitting some light. There we go. And we kind of, along the way, we erase very, very little. Now, some of the idea too is like the reason why we go hard with the lead and kind of we're doing like lead and watercolor, lead and colored pencil is I was always into the artists that figured out how to do that. And a lot of times when you see like how they do that, it's really sketchbook type work. It doesn't really go into production, doesn't really go anywhere. It's really hard to get out there and find really good examples of lead and colored pencil meshing in a certain way, especially in what you would call like a comic book style. So the Captain America proportions here, I would say, are the Bart Sears proportions, which are the greatest Captain America proportions for his Captain America Falcon mini series. Actually, that was a Captain America proper series that people really forget. But his proportions for that, I remember, even to this day, blew me away when I first saw it. I loved that they were letting like a that type of mainstream character have those types of proportions, and it was nothing but interesting. And this paper, it's so freaking thin and fast. I love it. It's really quick paper. And if my pencil lead was a little bit thicker, I could be moving at a totally different speed right now. So maybe I'm not nailing the shield on the back well enough, right? Maybe I'm not. But whatever. I never really drew the shield on the back from this position before. So a lot of my memory of Jack Kirby's work is kind of, again, it's the definite blocks on top of other blocks. That's the way we look at it. You know, Jack Kirby drew shapes on top of shapes, and a figure existed, and it was brutal, it was ugly. Cheers to all of you guys. That Windows chime that you heard too is my PC in back of me. That somehow it just has updates and updates and updates always running through it. So even though we're kind of drawing a little bit in a Kirby style, I still always incorporate the things from the 90s that I love, like the neck veins here, stuff like that. The gradation of the very simple cross hatching, but just the way how like this can kind of show us what the form is. Like remind us what we're looking at. I kind of want to say this arm should be up more. It should be like kind of like more equal. Like the arms are kind of like this. They should really be like that for quote unquote power, like for a power drawing. But a lot of times when you're live, it's just you are just moving at a different speed, and it's hard to pay attention to everything when you're drawing and talking sometimes. But not horrible, we'll say. And we can maybe shorten some of this to shield too. But I don't know about all of you, but I love when Captain America has his shield on his back. It is so freaking cool looking. So, and I always draw Cap kind of with these fins like shooting out from his gloves. And I guess that's probably not accurate, right? I keep forgetting to kind of look that up and be a little bit more like clear on that. See, sometimes you like right there, like I move so quick, my pencil just digs into the page, like pokes it. I'm gonna add almost like a sectional ribbing here, just to make it look like the equipment is a little bit more sophisticated than just a leather strap. Like, I don't know, like, do we ever have, oh, up here, these updates are driving me batty. I gotta do something. One second, everyone. Notifications and actions settings. Here we go. We gotta do something about this. This drives me batty. Notifications off. Everything is off. Holy crap. Thank you. It's been years that this computer has been chiming by itself. Not anymore. Good morning, Walrus. Walrus. Always love seeing you, buddy. Always love seeing you, Walrus. Cheers. Got some fresh Red Bull. Hopefully you like classic Marvel characters. I was just about to ask, did we ever get classic, well, maybe we'll call it Generation 1, Captain America hanging out with Norman Red? I don't know if we ever did. But it's right here. Yeah, always on this feed. We're innovating. We're bringing always bring attention to things people kind of ignored. People want to forget a lot of comic book history. People just don't like asking those basic questions. People just seem to have trouble with some of the very simple questions I ask on the YouTube channel. And it's not like I'm attacking people. Yeah. People might say some of it's clickbait, but it's the internet. It's all clickbait, right? It's all clickbait. Yeah, I know. So, and Walrus, yeah, isn't it interesting that there's no classification for what we would call like Marvel, like the bullpen from the 60s, like the Stan Lee era? How come those versions of those characters don't have a classification? It really makes you question it, doesn't it? And I think, I think the reason's pretty obvious, right? Like, because it would kind of define the difference between what they're doing now versus then, right? Like, it would just force, like, sometimes too many definitions can piss off people. And we're going to do a little bit. I may not get into the details for this one now, but we're going to do a Ron Garney Silver Surfer pose here. To where the surfer really is I think when you draw Surfer, right, like you have to twist his body on the surfboard just so he looks alien, right? like, again, too, like, basic question there. Does Silver Surfer surfboard have surfing fins? And if so, it should. Or if not, it should. Right? I kind of wanted to almost like a sunburst in back of them. There we go. Because the name of the progression, they've abandoned what made them great to begin with. Yeah, dude. Holy shit. Walrus, how true is that? Jeez, that's a little bit of a mind F. Lunacy, right? Like, are we there yet? Are we evil if we say it's lunacy? And yes, he's got the fins. Yeah, that's the best part. Isn't that the best part? The best part of Surfer is this effing fin right there. Yeah, I've seen. I kind. It's just one of those things where, like, you don't know if you're remembering it incorrectly. You know, like it's like when we were kids and we were all trying to draw Wolverine. Like, everyone kind of did the claws differently until and this is before everything was an X-Men movie, right? But it's like everyone remembered Wolverine's claws differently because they may have only seen him a couple times in the comics. But here we go. But I like the sunburst, so I'm going to make him. We're going to put some dialogue in here. We're going to save that for later, so we can kind of transition that into the first prompt. Now, this is already the third time we're drawing Silver Surfer in this sketchbook. Of my previous, Jason, I don't know if you saw, but basically went through my other Jacktober books. We kind of already have Silver Surfer pretty prominent in my I mean, he did in 2022. Surfer was the first prompt in 2022. Was he? Oh, no. Skrull was. I'm sorry. But look, I have a whole Silver Surfer like sequence going into like the first day. So we've already drawn a lot of Surfer because of Jacktober. So I gotta do a Surfer pose, right? Like, kind of like we gotta do the Kirby, right? Like, that's the Kirby. We'll call it the Kirby box. Yeah, it has. The Nick, what's up, bud? The Nick, yeah, thank you, Jason. Thank you. No, Jason, thank you for popping in. I'm only here to entertain. The Nick, just so you know, I'm coloring a second of the wolf packs. Okay, so you're going to get series 1 and series 2 because I only have a few of these left, and I saved them for you. So you're like the last of series 1, and you'll get full series 2. That's why we have a delay. And I don't know why I'm working on the face so hardcore here. We don't have the rest of the body figured out. I kind of do the Surfer too with a little bit of a cone head. So, and now I'm just getting remembered. The Nectar, what's up, buddy? Like, what's going on? See, and this is where, like, sometimes you want to get to the point where you can kind of touch what you're erasing. Like, you can kind of just remove a quick line to bring another line into light. And that's a little bit of the penciling process. Isn't it funny too how other people, I'm talking like the indies, right? The Nick. Why haven't more people come up with their own version of Silver Surfer? I almost want to say that's what we have to do. Like on akapad.com, I should do like a weekly, my version of the Silver Surfer cartoon. I'm sorry, comic strip or webtoon. Start a new job on Monday. Excellent. The Nick, to be revealed here. Dude, I have been, like I always waited. I always said to myself, like, let the universe kind of guide you. And I always said that my current gig, my IT gig in Philly, I always said, like, I'll let the universe decide. Like, the universe was going to tell me when it was going to be time to kind of move on. And dude, I have been on such a kick, like almost like a job search kick that I've never been. And I dabbled like throughout the years. I've had like a couple interviews. Like did some interactions, we'll call it. Even picked up a good amount of freelance contracts too. But kind of like never really committed to the whole let's get a new job. And it's been about 15 years since then. But Nick, I got the bug. And you're starting a new job. I'm probably going to be hardcore discussing and job hunting starting on Monday. All go, no quit type stuff. So, we'll be in the same boat. So here's what we have too, everyone. I have a nicely rendered surfer face and no pose. See, I kind of want to shoot him like this way. See, and kind of, dude, I love the idea of his legs crossing. Like whenever he's kind of like on the board, to have his legs twisted. Dare we say nuanced, right? Nick, what are your thoughts? Any feedback on some of the new videos, ideas? I don't ask you guys enough for video ideas, and I really should. That should be the intention of some of these streams. Yeah, and people might be like, "Hey, maybe you should study like surfer poses for Nor and Rad here." And I would say no. Why would I study a surfer in gravity on Earth for Nor and Rad? I think anyone that uses and today, because like there's so many tracers today, like actual tracers. I think anyone that kind of takes that approach shouldn't even touch Surfer. So a little bit of what I wanted to do here too, though, because I did do I failed to do the Kirby Centennial Captain America this year. While like I've recorded that intro multiple times, but never got to do a full video. And that Centennial edition is probably like the second greatest treasury book like ever. The Captain America Centennial. And oh, I'm sorry, guys. I got a call coming. Sorry, people. You get calls sometimes. Here we go. But yeah. So wait, not much starting your job on Monday. Okay, we're catching up here. So you get a phone call, you get distracted, you kind of forget. Who is it? Randy Fish on I believe his last lecture or part of his lecture series, and that's a lecture series you should go to when it comes to if you need a little bit of real motivation, I'll say. But he kind of I believe it's that series. He gives the scenario of like every time you're distracted, it's like almost like 40 minutes. That like that's how long it takes you to get back to like where you were. So you kind of we search for maybe like less distractions in life more than like anything. I don't know how true that is, right? Dude, I like how just twisted this is. And keep in mind, guys, I wasn't calling out anyone that uses Surfer references. I know that can those comments alone can come back to haunt you. But zero, I'm not aware of any modern artist that traces. I was making a mass assumption. Don't want to upset people. Can't do it. Gotta be nice, gotta be cordial, gotta be very political. Meaning in the presentation, not politics, but political. Kind of draw like some of the sparks, the shines from the direction of the surfer. Here we go. All right. Head looks a little bit too big, guys, right? Head looks a little big. So we got Surfer with cap. And then, so, this is going to be like day one here. Prompt 1. Dude, I love the readiness of erasing here, though. It is so much of a relief just being able to erase relatively fast. Like, holy crap, I love it. I kind of want to do like a little bit more of a background, but I don't know what to do. You can even kind of do like draw like a cap here, like looking up. Saying, oh my God, is he fast? Put the little star on the chest. All right, like in 2 seconds, right? Yeah. We can kind of get right into it. But either way, guys, like this is what we like to call the process. Because we're trying to also figure out a little bit of a story, maybe. Oh, here we go. Maybe a video about Spawn is basically Black Spider-Man / Venom suit. Yeah, you know what, the Nick? Here's what I'm curious of. And look, I got 3 people now digging about that Stan Lee story. Someone hit me up right away and was like, I have a digital version of every single comics journal interview, all the issues, and I'm going to read every single comics journal Tom McFarlane interview, and I will report back. Tom McFarlane, right? He acquires Alan Moore, Neil Gaiman, right? Spawn 7 and 8, I think. What issues were those? 11 and 12? I think they were double digits. And as the story goes, it's like those guys got together and they were like, hey, like we need to explain some of the stuff about Spawn that kind of makes no sense. Like we need to explain how the costume shifts and these things. And I believe what happened was during that time, McFarlane just added that to his like narrative. And he kind of took Neil and Alan away from creating that scenario for Spawn. Like they explained it, and Tom McFarlane kind of took the credit for it. And I was just like interested in lining up some of those interviews of what they said versus what he said at the time, because as far as I know, that's another like history bending retcon from McFarlane, and I could be wrong. So we got Surfer shooting away, and I kind of wanted to do like maybe but maybe like we can do Cap from like the back here. maybe this is where he'll say, like, golly, he's quick. And it'll just be like Surfer just like streaking. But this is kind of like a little bit more. Maybe we can draw Surfer like a little bit bigger. I'll play with this one later. But yeah, so we'll do that. We'll still do some dialogue. And I guess like maybe between some of the prompts, we'll do maybe like a little bit of a story with Captain America and Silver Surfer. Here we go. Why do people... Yeah, I don't know if people hate on Jack as much as they hate on Stan Lee. I do believe people shine a turd when they discuss Jack Kirby and the New Gods and Silver Star. Like his Topps comic book creations. Like Jack Kirby got to the point where Jack Kirby sold in the mid 90s, and because his name just kind of never went away and it was recognizable. And a lot of Jack Kirby's creations outside of the Marvel ones, and you have to admit it, like it was DC Legends, the John Byrne miniseries. That's what put Darkseid back on the map. Jack Kirby's creations kind of went away as soon as they came. And, I know a lot of people have, they look, they have like rose-colored glasses when they look and discuss Kirby's writing. Kirby was not a good writer. He definitely needed Stan Lee. So R.I.P. Pour one out for Jack Kirby's writing. And let's draw some Avengers. So some of this too, like, let's just kind of go back real quick. The Avengers pages just might be like a couple pages. But for here, like, this is a little bit of what I'm talking about. So you just kind of like how we're going to go through the sketchbook and add these like super subtle pops of color. And we're going to kind of like treat it a lot like as if we're kind of like working quick, and technically we are. But see, like, that's a lot of what we're going to do color-wise for these pages here. We're just going to be quick about it. Not going to be exact. We're going to put things out there to kind of just get the impression of what some of the colors are, what's to be represented. And we're going to let the paper do a lot of the talking. So, right there. See? Total excellence. We got I always like seeing the LOL. Let's do some Hulk. So some of these might be drawings. Some of them might not be drawings. Or compositions. Some of them might just be me in a sketchbook. Okay. Total excellence. What is up? That Captain America is back. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, everyone stay tuned. We're going to get to a little bit more awesomeness right here. I'm just trying to figure out what are we doing here now with the Hulk. I have a head. Let's complete. I never try and draw my Hulk as a Hulk. I was just trying and draw him like as a big dude, we'll say. And then once you get your you curve it real quick. You get your knuckles, you get the baseline of your fingertips, and then the palm and the thumbs just going to almost rest. And that's how you get a resting hand. So the measurements are there. They're quick. And you do the same for the fingernails. I do like a hairy Hulk, though. I like a Hulk with a nice brow. Yeah, he's way too expressive there. Way too expressive. Let's figure this out. And I would almost say I will almost say the only haircut the Hulk should ever have is a Super Bowl haircut. And the Hulk should kind of be. I kind of always like the idea of the Hulk kind of being ugly. He doesn't look like Mark Ruffalo. He looks like Mr. Hyde, not Dr. Jekyll. But he looks like Mr. Hyde. Yeah, and big, giant, ridiculous, strong chin. And I just think that's the DNA of what this character should look like. Here we go. Right? And give him a little bit more of a neck. See, like right there. Yeah, and then we can just kind of like go in with the green, even now, and just see, get like a nice, just be able to like blend that up a little bit. And it's almost like with some of the shading, we're doing it reverse. We're almost like treating the color as the highlight. Like it's not the traditional way that I've been doing it. Yeah, and this is a lot of the idea I wanted for the sketchbook. But we already got Captain America a couple times in here, so like let's kind of do. I was thinking about doing Quicksilver. Who we got to figure out a way to put someone else in this drawing, right? See, and I love, those colored pencils are like non-waxy, just enough to kind of put lead on top of them. So we can kind of go back and forth and really play with some of these shapes and forms. And you can kind of you can always like keep chipping away at it, like chipping away at what exactly is the form. Like that's always the question. Oh yeah, the neck. These are in my trusty Thanos head, by the way. These right here, these are from Five Below. You get like a whole thing for $5. That's what we're using. Alexa, what's the weather tomorrow?
Tomorrow in Philadelphia, there will be lots of sun with a high of 80 degrees
Yes.
Fahrenheit and a low of 60
Sorry,
degrees.
it just popped into my head. I need to know the time. I need to know the weather for game day. Yeah, I'm just trying like. You do like a Quicksilver here, kind of like about to dash, but kind of like smirking. Well, I'll come back to this one, but you guys can already see we have like the impression of the hand here. And we'll do like the 60s surfer hair. So I'm being very loose here with the quickie, with the Quicksilver. But yeah, like I think his hair had like a couple fins. It was like almost very like fin like. I'll look that up for a reference. But see, this is like looking a little too bubbly. Maybe here, yeah, because if we're using green, let's use Christmas combinations, right? Like let's put in the Scarlet Witch, like right here. And this was the shape of Scarlet Witch's mask. It was very, very unique, we'll call it. Very unique, super ridiculous. But see, like, and then yeah, like at least we're getting some of the Avengers in there. We'll save a page too. But I kind of like I love the idea at this point of Quicksilver kind of ready to dash. Like just ready to kind of do like a god sprint. Cool. Got Avengers. We'll save page 2 for more Avengers. No, they were, dude, they were advertising that. What was it like live? I did want to see it, dude. They were even Troy Aikman was hyping that up. It got me it got me thinking about it. And the Nick, dude, I love this dog drawing right here. The colors are so surreal. The brown with that red and yellow, it just keeps catching my eye. All right, Avengers. You know, like I kind of was Star Fox, right? Star Fox was a Avenger. I kind of want to do Star Fox. I think we have a new YouTube troll, guys. What's he saying? It's hard to connect with any of the characters now. Okay, yeah. All right, maybe he's on a troll. Sorry. Creepy Ed Piss Pants and the other guys stopped reading mainstream comics in the 90s. I agree with that. Dude, even with their Unity review. The Nick, did you see their Unity review? How can they act like that they read comics and actively admit that they don't read the best comics of that era? It's insane. Lunacy. Yeah, we're doing Star Fox regardless. I know he's one of the Avengers, right? I don't need to look that up. Dude, how much of a muff was that Star Fox reveal in the Eternals movie? Like, how funny is that? Like, that is, dude. But right, Harry Styles too. Like, they were all in. Dude, they were all in. They thought that was going to carry the movie. Like, really kind of like Eternals to the moon. Now, this type of pose here, I'm not always great on, to be honest. We're going to try and figure some of it out, though. See, like his waist. I kind of wanted to do Star Fox and Moondragon. And we'll say something like, hey, have you seen like Surfer? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I know they were doing like even stuff with like Nickelodeon. They were doing like slime games and stuff. I think it's hilarious, but it's still kind of a little odd to me. I get it. Like kids love sports, right? Kind of, I guess. I don't know if someone grows up naturally being drawn to sports. I think you're drawn to sports when your family is. But anyway, that's a little bit that's a different type of social commentary. Yeah, like, dude, the NFL's got demons though, and right, like, what's the idea? Like, should we protect children from being aware of the NFL? Because the NFL has nothing but like the work, like degenerate human beings getting concussed. I mean, people, this is what I love about the sport, but I don't know. I would argue that the NFL may not even be for appropriate for children. How about that? How about that hot take? Here we go. People, we have a Star Fox even your mother could love right here. And Moondragon. Is Moondragon even in use today? She always reminded me of the girl from Star Trek One, the movie. What's her name? What's the girl from Star Trek One? God damn it! I should know that. What's the girl from Star Trek 1. I keep Vecna keeps coming to mind, but it's not Vecna. Christy Alley. Yeah, the no, that's Christy Alley's Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan. Hold up. Star Trek the motion picture. Right, because here, we're trying here we go. Look, we're trying to do Moondragon Marvel, right? You know what? I'm a little impressed that when I Google Moondragon Marvel, I get modern artwork. But here's Moondragon, right? Like, that's kind of like who she is, right? Okay. And why aren't we getting more Marvel artwork when we Google Moondragon? But then we do girl from Star Trek motion picture. Right? Right here. Leah. She's like Aaliyah here. But anyway, we got some Star Fox, we got some Moondragon, more Avengers. I don't like the we're going to take away her cloak here. We're just not going to draw that. So I think we'll do her green here. He'll have red. So a little bit of a theme too with like red and green. Then we'll have these two. We can always draw a couple planets, right? Make one of them a Saturn type cool, all that cool stuff, everyone. So I keep working the shape of her head because I think it's got to go up a little bit more. Here we go. That worked. And I don't know why, like, so here's the question. Like, let's do Moondragon Marvel first appearance. Because I like her look so much. Here. Like, you're almost like, how can you update that? How can you update this look? You really can't. And the idea that it's like she's a cosmic character adds to like there's a gravity to that, because Marvel Cosmic is it's another beast. Marvel Cosmic is the greatest comic book cosmic anything. Period. That's just my hot take. So okay, we got some ideas here, people. So it was, what was it? It was Silver Surfer, Avengers. What was the third prompt? I'm getting a brain fart for the third prompt. What's prompt 3? Let me check my DM. Someone sent. Here we go. Oh, the high evolutionary. Yeah, Khan. I know, dude. You know the Nick for Inktober. I did debate doing a Star Trek themed sketchbook. That's still on my docket. I would, that's a good idea because I need to get better with drawing likenesses real quick and kind of even from memory. Maybe I should do a Star Trek sketchbook. The Nick, thanks, dude. Very helpful with that. Oh, you use a fountain ink pen, dude. I'm not savvy with inking with a fountain ink pen. I am not savvy at all. I'm trying to put something on real quick. I like having visuals. I just like having visuals. So I keep a tablet like right there. So maybe like here. We can do like this Hulk. We're not 100% on. This is almost too Hulk right here. See, like we would do Hulk. Do Captain America. I just want to do almost like this, like team shot. With like the Silver Surfer. Because like you can kind of do a gag that the Surfer is like maybe trying to join the Avengers, and the Avengers like reject them, like reject Surfer for some reason, and the Surfer can kind of be like, well, I just wanted to team up with the Hulk, so maybe that will happen. So we're just doing a lot of setup here, everyone. Just for anyone kind of like keeping track. We're not looking good with those feet here. Will do. So the cool thing with having a flying character is it helps you get a little bit of their the composition, because you can always just draw this guy flying, and that's what we're going to do with Thor right now. And this is kind of where now we get lost a little bit in the sauce because we're going to be doing too much back and forth there. So we got like big guys. Cap's looking a little bit too small right now. But then I wanted like a chunky Iron Man. Even with like big square feet or something, like, you know. So Hulk's almost in like a rage pose, and he really shouldn't have to be. So maybe we'll just lower his arms. So like again, this is the back and forth. Like you're drawing a composition. We're not. None of this is the gospel. We're just trying to figure out like how best to communicate this image. That's really the goal. So we'll do it. You know, and then yeah, you kind of have the two bugs, right? The two bugs. So this is looking very much like a Tim Sale Hulk gray Hulk right here. So like again, like a lot of back and forth with that one. I think Thor's a little bit too big. I'll have to reduce that. I like the corrections for Hulk. But yeah, and then we'll just do the surfer, kind of like right here. See, like that's where the movies did such a good job with Captain America, because you can always make the argument. It's like, what is, again, compared to the powers, like what's Captain America really doing with the Avengers? And you know, Marvel at one time too, like they did their stretches with no Captain America Avengers. Movies changed it all, but like you don't question that now though, and that's where the movies kind of help the comics. We'll say. But here we go. We got the Avengers, or maybe I'll just say like the Avengers. Like, well, I'll write something here, like the new Avengers parentheses with Silver Surfer. So we got a little bit of this like narrative going here. So we're making progress, people. So next up, we will have the High Evolutionary. Yeah, dude. Like, you know, the Nick, I was debating on to practice drawing faces. I was debating heavily on doing a Godfather sketchbook because between Ray Liotta, De Niro, and Joe Pesci, like great guys to do like a Hirschfeld type character, like to kind of capture the cartoony part of their features. Dude, I want to get done that Transformers sketchbook. I'm like, I think 12 drawings away, and it's all Autobot versus Decepticon battle. And I might have like a couple like insert pages at the end. But I'm like, I'm literally pages away from like 4 major sketchbooks like this year that are doing 70 plus pages. Last year I did 8 sketchbooks, but they were kind of really between 25 and 30 something pages. But this year, the content, like the bulk is there. So we got the High Evolutionary. And the High Evolutionary has one of the best, I'm not even going to look it up, but he has one of the best faces in like comics. High cheekbones, mechanical nose, robotic eyes. And he's very Destro, isn't he? Very Destro looking. And I think that's what makes him, again, disappointment in the movie for not giving us more of a, I mean, you can't do the mask in the movie. You can't do that. Can't give us one shot of it, James Gunn. Here we go. And that's almost, when you think of High Evolutionary, like you think of red, you think of a red Destro face. But you also imagine him looking mechanical. And this is where, when you sit down to draw a character, you have a responsibility to kind of, it's like your responsibility moves in 2 directions. You got to stay accurate, but you also have to nuance. You have to add a little bit of the nuance. And at one time, that used to be no-go. You could not add nuance. You just had to stay on like target. You had to stay true to the character sheet. And I don't know. We're so far beyond that. Like Marvel's really destroyed all of their sacred cows. Like once you in canon redesign or have like a Spider-Man redesign, and it's kind of like in canon, or you let the movie people do it, like you've lost your ground. Now, I always talk about that. Like there's such a thing as sacred cows when it comes to a lot of this stuff. And we're having trouble with the bottom of his face here. So we might just shadow it all. Shadow the hell out of it. Let's just see how that looks. And I believe he's got like a mechanical neck, right? Like a cable neck. But this dude, and he's got like a ship. So maybe, maybe like I don't even know. I can't even draw it from memory. But I thought it was kind of something like this, kind of like a couple blocks. I thought it was like blocky like that. I could be wrong. And I think he's got bolts. But anyway, I think we're there. We're there for a High Evolutionary. Maybe he's there for us too. Did Rainey Bowen ever do a High Evolutionary statue? I would buy that, even now. High Evolutionary, somewhat everyone. The way he should have been in the movie. Yeah. I just think I also the Nick too. I also feel like Goodfellas would be post-worthy, right? A little bit more conversational. Yeah, the Jason. Yeah. Jason, let's update. I think Jason might have left off at right Captain America. Captain America Silver Surfer. So we're doing the Inktober or like the Jacktober prompts by Sikoli, Tom Sikoli. So we're doing his. This is his. We're doing his prompts. Prompt one was Silver Surfer, but we're also doing like a Silver Surfer, Captain America. Silver Surfer meets Captain America meets the Avengers, like story between the prompts. So we got this. We got Surfer like shooting over the head of Captain America, and he's gonna be like, "Golly, he's quick." But then we're gonna jump to the Avengers prompt. So we got Hulk, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver. Since we just can't do one page, we also have Star Fox and Moondragon, completely underrated, underused characters at this point. More Avengers. Then we're going to have this like Avengers with Silver Surfer like photo. And he's going to be like, "Hey guys, happy to join the team," like type thing, right? And then we're going to hand draw the Avengers logo right here. And then we have the next prompt. So we're already on prompt 3 with the High Evolutionary. So right here. Yeah, dude, like Surfer pose is everything, guys. The Surfer pose is critical. I don't want to say, but it feels like the sketchbook's already getting light. So High Evolutionary too, like I kind of just want to do a little bit of a study on his design. So I'm not looking at anything, and I know he's got shoulder pads. Whenever I start with the barrel chest, I always have trouble getting the head like in the right spot. Always, like it never fails. But the High Evolutionary, he's such an awesome visual because he does look like he can like beat the hell out of you. But then again too, he's also like a perfect insane scientist for Marvel. And I never read the Evolutionary War. I don't know about you guys. You almost want to say too, like for the movie, the High Evolutionary really should have been played by like another wrestler or like a bodybuilder. Because like I envision his body as a bodybuilder's body, because he would be optimized, right? Like he would just be like perfect, like the perfect specimen. Here too, like maybe like drawn by the early Ed McGuinness. E equals MC square. One of my favorite signatures when it comes to comics. But like this is my high Evolutionary. Like he would just visually be able to stand 1-to-1 with like Apocalypse, Magneto, all those guys. But he doesn't have a lot of appearances in media. He really doesn't. Like, not a lot of the cartoon love, not a lot of the video game love. Right? And he's got Cable, cybernetic arms, right? And then we'll do like a cool. See, like I kind of want to look up a little bit of him. I would like to add like some supporting characters here. Hey, bud. Dallas, what's up, dude? What are you doing? What's up? You hungry? That's how you know he's hungry. And maybe so people would call these like McFarlane boots, but they're actually John Byrne boots. Bud. I know. Don't do that. A little bit of hair. I wish I had the reference because I want to kind of get further with this. All right, high evolutionary out of the way. So we got two high evolutionaries. I like that. I think this is just. I can't wait that. Right? Does he have like 3 bolts down the middle or down the side? I want to say he might have 3 bolts. We got to work on this nose too, everyone. This nose is looking like dog crap. Anyway, high evolutionary here. All right, so next we have Solar Legion. I don't even know what that is. We're going to look it up. I'm going to draw that for the very first time. But I'll be right back, guys, because I have to feed the cat and I also have to hit the restroom. Right, bud? Come on. Yeah, I know. You have to eat, right? Let's get you something good. Let's get rid of this first. There you go, bud. Enjoy. All right, everyone. We got the coffee. Yo! Oh. People, it looks like we have a bot in the house. So let's we can block this person in 2 seconds. There you go. Banned. Boom. So we have to do here, Tom Sicoli, the Solar Legion. Then we're going to do Kang, which is awesome. Solar Legion. So should I just Google Solar Legion, Jack Kirby? Solar Legion, Jack Kirby. Oh, like this is it's an early one. This is the stuff Sicoli's been pushing. But what is it though? Like, where's the team shot? Like, who exactly is the Solar Legion? See, like, we have this. I don't know exactly. To be honest, it would be nice if we had like a decent, like last year too. There was Blue Bolt, which was great. I don't know, people. I mean, I can do something very similar to this cover. I mean, I do like this design, like that character. So it looks like Adam Star and the Solar Legion are 2 other characters, potentially. I don't know. Wait, we just all right, guys. We got to do Solar Legion. What about we do? And I don't want the Sicoli one. I want the Solar Legion one. Like, I want the one from the book, like the original. And I thought we had a good shot here somewhere. Let's just get to the I mean, we got some links from the Jack Kirby Museum, but this is not what we need. Like a really good original shot here, original publication, original team. I guess maybe it's reprinted here. Simon and Kirby science fiction. I forget who it was. Someone did put out a couple collections of the super early work of Simon and Kirby, and might have been like 4 volumes. And I think one was like Western romance, sci-fi, like that sort of I mean, the only reason why I want to look at the original is I want to get the helmet correct. Now I'm not seeing it. Where is all of this? So I didn't realize this was like a book. I thought Sicoli was just doing this for like internet stuff. Wow, look at the face of Mars. Look at that. How cool is that? All right. We can kind of set it up a little. I'll have to do some more research to get the right type of helmet. We're trying to keep some of these proportions very swimmer, athletic, but the guy, is more or less a Olympic level swimmer when it comes to his physique. So we're not blowing out the shoulder so much. But giving him a little bit of a shoulder guard, I guess, maybe. See, now I just need that. I just need any reference at this point. I hate the shape of the helmet. We'll add some of our touches on it too. But I like that he's got these maybe these strapped guns. Very cool here. So I mean, it's definitely looking space. Yeah, I can stay exactly true to the proportions I set out to do, but you get into the zone where sometimes if you're just drawing something, what are we doing? Draw it cool because we're on social media. Don't always have to be accurate. Preferred, but not, bless you, Dow. But, or do we just try and draw things that are cool looking? What's up, buddy? You okay? I don't like it. The neck, I don't like it 100%. No, because I just don't like the shape of this helmet. Look at the shape of this helmet. It just seems silly. So we're just going to try and kind of, add more to it. Make it more streamlined, a little bit more normal. We'll say, I'll say it. Looks like his face is covered too. And here we can kind of add some nice, some of those nice shadows. But anyway, so like people, that's Solar Legion right there. Gonna play with the hands a little bit, but I mean, come on. And keep in mind, I'm laying out the ideas and we're moving very quickly. So I'm going to go back and we're going to finish some of these because technically not, but we're like already in this sketchbook. We're already like that deep into it. So another page. But the sketchbook it's already like thinning out, everyone. But I do want to kind of draw like some of these other characters. Like this other character here just seems so nuts. It's like it's got like a giant brow. Look, you can see how much I'm scribbling because I'm like trying to figure it out. That's a good sign of a character design, everyone. When you kind of stutter a little bit when you first work on it. We'll add a little bit more flow to the ears. We'll cut these off a little bit like that. Like very wrinkly, and whatever this creature is, it kind of has, it looks like it has just one texture for the entire face. And I don't know if that's by intent, but that's kind of like how Sokoli is making it come off. We kind of just have like a girl too, just like a babe in a space helmet. And yeah, like I'm fine. Like let's just explore some of these characters, some of these ideas. It's just a little annoying when there's no good reference sometimes when you can quickly Google something. Yeah, and I could do a little bit more study on exactly how Kirby nails his female like forms, like faces. We kind of know his female forms. Like a lot of his female forms are they're all pinup, like Vargas type pinups. And here I got like get some of her skull here and some of the cheekbones a little bit more accurate. But that's it. We'll go back. We'll touch these up. And then next we have Kang, right? Have I drawn Kang much? I wanted to do Kang during Quantumania. Wanted to do a couple Kang live streams. But I guess like the Kang to draw, right, would be kind of like the Kang in a throne. A little bit more, right? Completely square head. Is that from Unbreakable? Kind of like how he describes that villains are like have square heads, giant heads. Not totally accurate. Observation. We'll say. Right. This is like always. Like the classic villain pose, right? You guys, there seems to be a party outside my window happening somewhere. So you always want to get like forearm, and it scoops right into like the top of the wrist. And once you get that, like you kind of have a chance to figure out the rest of the arm in this position. We always draw big traps because we like our boys to be big. And I want him holding like an hourglass, kind of like that. So that's going to be Kang. I might just leave Kang up, like leave one up for Kang. But we'll do like shadow. We'll leave this one wide open, which is a little bit of a cheat, but it looks good though. It does look good. And maybe I kind of want to do like something with like the time kind of spreading. I don't know. We'll work on this one. What? Go eat your food. I'm debating if I should do like a close up of Kang or do a almost like a montage of like the different versions of Kang. I guess that's what people are expecting, right? But here, like, you know, we can kind of have Iron Lad, bright. Like, Iron Lad should actually be a little bit bigger. I love that red and silver, like that he's got like that silver century armor. Kind of like feminine too. Just works from his like future, quote unquote. So we'll have to get some better proportions here. But then there's like Victor Timely, which is like, I guess now. Like Victor Timely is going to be in the lexicon. I know Iron Lad has the 3 bolts. So we're just, I don't know, we're just kind of going. We'll list them here. Drawing Immortus would have been a little bit cool. So I was a little too close to that, guys. I was leaning in a little bit too hard. So a lot of these are going to have to get redone. But yeah, again, the intention here. So we got kind of all the way up to what prompt? Prompt 5. And next we have Captain 3D, $6 Million Man. Then is Ben Grimm, Duplex or Dubiplex, and Commandy. And then we got the Eternals again. So, all right, guys, I think we did pretty good. Over 2 hours, rock and roll. Went by quick. Thanks.